out which two North American teams are going to be heading to Copenhagen. It could be one of the teams that we're watching right here, right now. FaZe Clan versus 100 Thieves. There's been so much parity in North America over the course of this group stage that honestly, I've found it incredibly difficult to even say which teams I would expect to be favorites.
Yeah, who knows in this game? I guess in terms of seeding, FaZe are technically the favorites. We'll see how it comes down to the pistol rounds. FaZe have been struggling with them all stage 2, but they managed to win half against EG, and it really powered them to the win. What a great stun as Will takes A ramp. That is a classic 100 Thieves play, even with a different comp.
You can see they're already applying pressure straight into mid as well. The pull and the flash, just trying to take space as rapidly as possible. Babyface managed to work his way all the way behind them. They've crunched them. In mail, space was taken, but FaZe, they react so fast in their approach once more. Stellar left alone. The 1v4 to begin this pistol. The spike down as well. Good luck.
Yeah, this is almost impossible. What a fantastic reaction from FaZe. Showcasing there that they don't always have to be aggressive on defense. They can be reactive. And the Neon still finds crazy value. Stellar manages to find a pick, but Superman very quickly responds. And that's FaZe with another pistol.
Yeah.
FaZe won FaZe have won very few pistol rounds across stage 2. They won 30% of their pistol rounds total in the game against EG.
Yeah.
And now they've added another one. This was a massive problem for FaZe, and one of the reasons that they went down 0-2. But this monumental comeback that FaZe have had from being a 0-2 team to being the second seed in Group B, they're starting to fix their problems. They're adding in better comps. They're looking more coordinated. They're winning the pistol rounds. They are certainly on the up.
You heard about it in the piece as well that we were playing just before this match. The players are talking about the tendencies of their teams. I mean, FaZe, they were saying it themselves. They love to take risks in terms of how they play. A bit more improvisational, I think, as well.
The chaos versus the planned. I think
and their scrim partners, which was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They dropped that one in.
Which lends a really interesting look to this map. 100 Thieves knew that they would leave split open. As Dicey creeps his way forward. Potential to grab a kill or get punished here. A lot of people around the other side. Little flash. 100 Thieves know that Dicey would like to go for that one. They're waiting for it.
Stunned off the corner. Just to push back as well. Has to use the rendezvous.
In the meantime as well, look over on the A side of the map, because Stellar is playing a very different role here, normally going to be on the Cypher, and normally holding quite passively, in a similar position he's holding right now on the Viper. But this Viper setup with the wall and the orb is going to allow him to constantly, throughout the round, threaten like he could be walking up A ramp. And that's something he doesn't do too much on Cypher. And that's going to add a different blend into this. It's only classics for 100 Thieves here, but they have a lot of map control. These players in Heaven are about to get tested.
This could very quickly turn dangerous for FaZe. Even with just the classics in hand, a bit of spam coming through, but Babyface still holding this perch up onto the Heaven angle. A quick slide and a dash has to play behind the flower pots, but only 10 seconds left. It's up to 100 Thieves now to try and get that spike down. They weren't anticipating Superman could be peeking from that one position. In fact, they've just completely given up on the idea of even trying to get the plant down, running down the remaining members of FaZe Clan, gifting them the round in the process.
And they deal with it fairly well. If you remember back to FaZe's game against EG, everyone was force buying second round. 100 Thieves are not going to be doing that. They go for the percentage plays the majority of the time, but that can make them predictable as well. And what I was saying about them being scrim partners is interesting for this map in particular. 100 Thieves knew they could pick it, but most teams wouldn't know any idea of what FaZe would play here. But with 100 Thieves playing scrims against them, they must have had some clue that this optic comp, the mech comp, was going to be coming out from FaZe, and it does suit Babyface Neon.
Neon being played. So I mean, there's only been incredibly limited information in terms of what FaZe have been playing on Split since April.
That's a decent bit of aggression down mid. It's going to force 100 Thieves to use some more of their utility to clear this out. They have Prowlers, they have Boombot to be able to re-clear mid. Even without the Sky with a Trailblazer, they still have tools here for mid control. And that has been the theme of 100 Thieves' attack defaults, as you heard Ender say on the desk. Look at this proactive play, though, to retake B main. Really smart decision-making as Babybay continues to be active around the map.
Yeah, it's an aggressive play in mid to start things off, force them to re-clear, retake B main as well, post the players up. They know it could be given up. And then there's the stun just sent straight through. Now, Babybay has been latched onto by that Prowler. They know the players are there. Quick tuck just behind the box to hide away from the Prowler, but you can't escape the sights of Asuna. Already into the site now, the players stand to swarm, and Babybay might be able to get one, but not quite The discipline is there from 100 Thieves. They're able to clear him through. And the position, the late lurk by Stellar catches his mark.
He's going to be doing that so much. Definitely something that FaZe need to be aware of. Now Superman's going to be around here too. Stellar collects another. All left in the hands of Fly, who can't do too much. And that's a good anti-bonus for 100 Thieves. The drop from Will out of heaven looked very sloppy. Not supported by too much utility. Only a single Prowler from what I could tell. Didn't even seem like there was a breach flash included, though maybe I missed it. But the utility pressure just stuck Baby Bay into a corner at default. And that's the real way in which they're able to win that round off back of another good kill from Asuna too. See if 100 Thieves can replicate this a little bit. Dicey's now got an op in his hands. Massive difference between these two teams. FaZe op about 10 times more than 100 Thieves do, which is just absurd. You will almost never see an op in 100 Thieves' hands, but Dicey loves playing with it.
You can see Will is aware of it. The juggle peek onto the corner just trying to bait it out. The Horn's actually tagging onto him as well, so he was visible just through the wall for but a moment.
It actually found 2 players over there too. And this trail just leading a path over back into A heaven.
And no Prowler to latch onto it. It's just a steady approach from 100 Thieves as they want to take up this mid-control without being pushed away. Holding the angles for now.
And once more, it's Baby Bay looking for information. This time over towards A ramp. He pushes past this Viper orb that Stellar has set up and realizes the Viper utility, it's a fake. There isn't anybody taking A ramp control at this period of time. And that means the Poised rotates back over to B. And they're ready for some kind of B hit coming through.
Yeah, there was a couple of pings on the map, honestly, with the smoke popped up. Oh, it's angles that players could be pushed up into. You can see indecision by Dicey. Doesn't know which side to watch, but now the 100 Thieves players, the pressure comes through. Prowler as well to lead the charge. Flyer, what is that transfer? Vandal, 2 stray bullets catching on their heads. It's a 3v3 now, but 100 Thieves getting control of it with the spike drop down. They're left in this post-plant situation.
It's an incredibly long flank for Baby Bay. He is currently miles away in spawn, about to take contact with Stellar, who is still watching for this, still hyper diligent. FaZe love to play the retakes. They love to flank. Has Baby Bay caught the timing here? Stellar's stopped watching.
Stellar's not going to be aware of it, yep. Was just holding out the snake bite. Ready to try and supplement the rest of his team as they're trying to get this hold going. Stun is there, but the aim is true. He will fall in the end, now just down to the 1v1. Asuna doesn't dare pull out the utility, has to have the gun in his hands, but it's not even enough. Quick jiggle of the movement. Superman wins that one. Gets the defuse on top of it as well. Good start, good win here for FaZe, leading now 3-1.
That's a massive 1v1. I think the timing was pretty perfect there from Baby Bay as well. You could see from Superman's perspective, from Stellar's perspective, sorry, he just didn't think the flank would be coming through this late.
It's so late.
It's an incredibly late one. The time was ticking. It's like, okay, surely the Neon is not coming now. Surely they're all coming from Heaven and CT. And those kills opened up the space for Superman to take the 1v1, and he's currently 6-1. Getting a big performance from him would be massive to start things out for FaZe.
100 Thieves going to be looking, I think, at the bank of ultimates that they've built up. Rolling Thunder available, Showstopper. Opportunities to turn around the misfortune they've had in the last few rounds. But it's slow to begin with. Just respecting the ideas that they could be pushed up in any sort of areas. In fact, Dicey is in B main. He's going to be playing that area often. A deep smoke, though. Doesn't anticipate it. Perfectly timed with the flash as well. Means that Dicey has to respect that. Rendezvous away. Now he's given up control of that one section of the map.
And 100 Thieves are quick to try and take this space. They realize with as pushed up as Dicey was, there probably weren't that many people on B itself. There comes the Rolling Thunder, just catches Dicey. Pushes him back into CT. And you've got a heavy lurk here from Will. He's hiding in ropes throughout all of this. You still cannot deny Dicey from getting these first kills. Yep. He's so clean with them.
Fire that chamber. Slight angle gets missed. Oh my goodness. Skipping a hop off the ropes. Baby Bay just about escapes with his life, but with the Viper's pit down, 100 Thieves, as long as they play their cards right, should be favored in this one. And you can see FaZe have to be proactive in terms of re-clearing mid. They do not want to get caught by a late lurk again. Now the push comes through, Showstopper on top of it. That's going to be the Cosmic Divide to split across. The rocket sent flying straight up into heaven. It doesn't connect, and now the players are already putting pressure inside the Viper's pit. FaZe, everything being sent straight into the back of the site once more, even the overdrive being utilized. They win it out. 4 players surviving, pick up a couple of extra guns as well. A beautiful round for them, a beautiful retake.
That's phenomenal. 2 rounds in a row now that the retakes have worked clinically for FaZe. This one far better, in fact, than the prior round. Everything worked. Babybay had a late timing to flush Will out of ropes. They're proactive, they clear it, they get in, they bait out the showstopper, clear the Viper's pit. These are the moments, these are the rounds where 100 Thieves have been thriving. Prior to their game against EG, they had a 90% win rate in post-plants.
Yeah.
You just couldn't retake against them. And now 2 teams in a row are finding really solid success, both EG and FaZe.
You can see the layers that FaZe Clan have been added.
Ghost and FaZe, sorry.
Sure.
Being able to find the success against 100 Thieves. It's been a strength that's been robbed from them recently. They need to be able to find it back.
Early days in the series yet, though. Especially on this attack side, a split can be pretty difficult, I think. Sometimes find the setup. Just try and win out these rounds. You can see the pressure in mid. Stellar has to be so cautious now as he's trying to take space over towards A. Looks like a bit of an A split as well for him, the way the spike is leading. Babybay, is he going to anticipate this? The headshot's there, the stun as well, just lay it on top. In fact, just going to be dropping both of them down. Comboing up the utility, a bit of the disrespect being shown. Babybay said it was going to be a bit of a friendly rivalry in this matchup.
Where's the friendly in that one? Just disgusting. The Neon is incredibly good for fighting those ropes battles. The stun is so powerful. And Babybay's able to get active all around the map. And that's going to be a very clean prime game in Flawless to put FaZe up 5-1.
Yeah, squeaky clean.
100 Thieves invested so many ultimates in that previous gun round. They don't have too many to work with right now. And this was one of the only rounds in which they've followed the Viper utility up a ramp. And Babybay's still there. The timing when you're trying to punish a Neon has to be so much tighter because they're faster to rotate than everybody else. Babybay can go and deal with the plays in ropes and run back and still catch an unexpected timing on Stellar.
Yeah, the power of Neon. You see, presumably a timeout being called here. Nothing on the interface, the user interface, but
yeah, I'm gonna
make an assumption that 100 Thieves are calling a little timeout here.
Yeah, it's got to be 100 Thieves timeout here. I mean, they're taking a tactical, and I want to talk about the style of these 2 teams because so far we've seen FaZe on the retake a couple of times be super effective, and 100 Thieves, they like to play post plants, so that's what you're going to get a lot in this game on this half. 100 Thieves getting into positions where they've got the spike down, and FaZe are going to be playing retake against them. FaZe are incredibly good at their retakes, similarly to Ghost, who just beat 100 Thieves. And part of the reason why is that they're putting pressure on getting the first kills a lot. It happened with Ghost. It's happening so far with FaZe too. Will and Asuna right now are 1 and 4 in terms of first kills to first deaths. This also happened in their game against Ghost. Will and Asuna ended up getting picked a lot at the beginning of these rounds. 100 Thieves need to turn that on its head in order to regain the momentum in this map, in this series.
And it looks like, again, a bit of that aggressive pressure sent straight through the Rolling Thunder on top of it. A Prowler pushes Babybay away for but a moment, still wants us to dash in. The Aftershock was supplementing his attempt as well of just trying to pick off those players, but 100 Thieves do a great job. They back away, expecting the kind of play. They use a bit of utility as well just to make sure they temper that aggression. In fact, they've come out, that's worse for wear. 2 players down for FaZe now, as they're left a bit scrambling, I think, in terms of the bodies they can use to try and hold down these areas of the map.
It's another first death for Asuna, but you're right, the trades are what matter there. The fact that they got into much more passive defensive situations. But FaZe have got the read again on this pivot over to A. Poised Supermen, ready to collect any aggression. The stun comes through from Derek, the former teammate, and they pick off Will, who just loses that battle once more. Bang though, so good with the refrags. Powers his team forwards into a 3v1.
Yep. Straight away, takes the lead for them. Seen some amazing stuff from this guy. The spike dropped down, Flyer left up in this 1v3. Now, he's got plenty of money, means he can attempt it.
Yeah, he'll certainly go for this.
Go for the highlight clip, why not?
The question is whether or not 100 Thieves are going to give him openings. Are they going to expose themselves, play untradeable positions, try and go for a play?
Swing him one at a time. Seen it on Split before.
That's definitely true. For Flyer as well, though, just being able to collect some exit kills would cripple the 100 Thieves economy. So he doesn't necessarily have to go for the retake, so much as just punish 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And Stella with a jump up. Perfect crosshair placement. Disrupted flyers. And that's their second round. Off the back of Bang, really. I mean, being able to get those trade kills and set them up into a 4v3 is all well and good. But trading out Will and collecting both of those players that were anchoring A is massive from Bang.
Yeah.
Quietly been the best player, in my opinion, for 100 Thieves over this stage. Just getting better and better. He's right underneath Marved in terms of the stats as the best controller players in North America. And that's incredibly impressive.
That's pretty astounding. The role, it doesn't lend itself well to putting up high numbers.
But Bang does it.
Yeah.
Here's some more aggression down mid. They know that 100 Thieves are going to be here early on. And even if this just bleeds out utility, it's still valuable. You're slowing down 100 Thieves.
No way is Dicey taking this one. Teammates watching his back. They take out the Prowler, but with all this space taken, 100 Thieves now have a different question to ask themselves.
But this is both Prowlers and the Boombot and the Haunt being used here.
So much being bled out of them.
And 100 Thieves have no map control in mid. They're starting to react a little bit and take B main, but they're still reluctant to do that on the other side of the map. And FaZe can just leave Dicey posted up here with the Tour de Force and go and help back over in B Heaven.
The Nightfall gets scattered across with the Viper wall up. They're just trying to basically pull the players away. It's a bit of a fake attempt by 100 Thieves, but FaZe not entirely biting. Two of the players left standing, just trying to anchor this one down from the long sightlines, the long angles. Poised now. Pops that null command. The crossfire in play. The damage is definitely being done. 100 Thieves, they just can't quite get through this initial choke point. They can't even step themselves onto the site to even get into a good position with it. 30 seconds left, standing in the round. Dicey, Tour de Force in hand. He knows he's being pressured now from the ramp position, but not afraid to swing through. Still, it's Asuna. 20 seconds left in the round. It's a 1v4. He'd have to do something monumental. Maybe the percentage players is just keep the weapon.
Certainly seems like it. 10 seconds on the clock. Him and a spike with 4 players staring at him. I doubt he's even going to be able to take this one. I mean, FaZe have so much money to be able to put pressure on him. They know where he is. Stunned up with a fault line as well.
Unfortunate.
And there is no chance he's taking that rifle into the next round. I think that fake attempt was decent from 100 Thieves, but what they were really missing was a quicker take of A main off the back of so much attention being put in mid. If FaZe are going to fight you with 2-3 people in mid, you can take B main and A main aggressively. But their players weren't set up for it, and the A hit off the back of the fake was way too late.
Yeah.
FaZe had already realized it was a fake by the time they were in.
Exactly. There was a tiny window of opportunity where the players are rotating away from FaZe, away from A.
And this is yet another eco round for 100 Thieves here. FaZe have become such a dangerous team, and letting them get a lead like this seems disastrous. Reminder, this is 100 Thieves map pick. FaZe have not played it in VCT. No record on split.
Unknown quantity. And there is a bit of a play just off of the pure instinct. Stuns are let ripped. Stood right on top of the star as well. Supplemented it with the pull. Okay, the wall just about missing. Bebe. Decent attempt there, and he does get punished for it. Pushing way too far forward. Still the players to lock down these angles. Zella ended up falling there a little bit on the other side of the map. Just trying to work his way up to a ramp, but space has been regained now for 100 Thieves. In fact, they've regained a rifle on top of it. Could be a situation where they could be favored in. And in fact, back is just going to be taken out. Superman straight up running into him. Will, the classic right click, makes it work. 1 HP to his name. It's a 2v2.
He's going to make the play as well. 2v2 post plan. You could just sit back and play a crossfire, but Will is going aggressive.
I mean, he could catch a nasty timing, but
he needs some info from Bang that they're already set up in heaven.
Yeah, doesn't want to overstep himself.
Now Will is moving forwards.
Did he hit him dropping down? He was in astral form. Might know that close. He's aiming it with a crosshair placement. Stun. Oh my goodness! Finds the one. Will knows exactly where he is now, though, but still. Only a single health point. It takes one single shot, and that's what Dicey is good for. He's consistent in those situations. 3 kills, and he does salvage the operation against the 100 Thieves Thrifty.
There was a moment there where Will could see Dicey, and he didn't choose to pull the trigger. He was hoping that Dicey had no idea that he was up in heaven, that he was maybe still playing a long position or tuck back sight. And instead, Dicey's hyper aware. Take a look at this on the replay. The FaZe players are coming through. No idea where Bang was positioned. Great shot from Dicey. And then comes out just checking CT and spots Will. Unfortunately, Will's health there being a critical factor in them losing the round. That was an eco. Sure, 100 Thieves aren't expected to win. But they only have 2 rounds on the board here, and you're looking for them to get 4 minimum, I would say, for this to be feasible.
At the moment, FaZe are coming in with so many different looks of how to play this comp. We're running away with it. Dice is still in this position. Now he is going to get caught with a stun just at the end there. Damage being done once more, but Will is pretty much the only one into the side. He needs to get some help from the rest of his team with the smoke fading, though. Stella does catch. Nice little bullet down to Baby Bay. Takes him out. 3 players left standing. The crossfire is sublime. Dropping straight down. Try and contest Dicey. They know he's got this operator in hand, but do you really want to pressure him a little bit more now? I think it's safe to say. Post plant, they just need to play this crossfire safe and sound and need every single round they can get.
And that one's absolutely crucial. Gets them on the board at the perfect time to avoid their economy getting crushed once more. And 100 Thieves, what worked for them that time? Frankly, it was the fact that FaZe weren't fighting mid.
Yeah.
They were allowed to get up mid within the first 5 seconds of the round without any contest. And that makes all the difference. Dicey was fighting B main, Baby Bay was over by ramp, the breach wasn't there, there was no contest. I think for FaZe, this battle over mid has been absolutely crucial in denying 100 Thieves these split attempts into B and into A.
It was the first round for 100 Thieves in this map as well. They won that in a 4v5 with Dicey getting that first pick.
Yeah, and one of the big differences there, though, is that they already have mid control, and they're already in on B by the time they lose a player.
Oh my god. Okay, just dumping absolutely everything into A ramp. Just to try and push away Will, but the showstopper in his hands. One big rocket could be enough to get that pick. The trail off to the side, poised on 29 health.
How does he live?
Got to rework the ultimate, surely.
So now, really strange positions for 100 Thieves. Dicey pushed all the way down mid and killed a player sewers. That was Asuna with another first death. In the old 100 Thieves head-to-head, Dicey playing against Asuna for the first time in their careers as well. That's a fun one to track. As Will takes a peek out through the smoke. And Superman falls.
Yeah, arguably not quite favored, but now it's down to that 4v4. They have a retake now. FaZe just contacting, trying to re-clear through into this A ramp area. They're going to be aware. They're going to be disciplined enough to clear that corner, but Derek is playing in off to the side. The crosshair placement, not quite there.
So crucial. Getting that pick opens up a ramp, allows the opportunity for a retake from many different sides, and this is where FaZe are at their best.
This Cosmic Divide, though, causing a bit of trouble for FaZe with the overdrive popped off. Okay, information gained. They know that Will now playing in hell, and he needs assistance. He needs help from the rest of his team. He's so low right now. The pull is there, but it just only does a bit to try and push away once more that aggression that FaZe are just layering into the site, one after the other. Seller and Bang just trying to hold it once more. Playing inside the smoke, a bit of the pre-fire as well. Overdrive in hand, it's great for that one, just spamming those common angles. Pretty clean and clinical stuff from FaZe.
Another first death for 100 Thieves. Another situation where they get into a post plant, and another successful retake from FaZe. You can see how good FaZe are at just dominating map control, though. They push down mid early, and they give up A heaven. But on the retake, they're coming from every direction.
Yeah.
100 Thieves are getting suffocated on site. They can't get good post plants, they can't get aggressive in the post plants, and Flyer gets, in my opinion, the decisive kill there by winning the breach head-to-head and taking A ramp control. Flyer's had some moments like that since rejoining the FaZe team, where he just gets the crucial pick, be it with a Sheriff, or when he's playing on Fracture and gets a spray down, or in that situation, in their A ramp retake.
I mean, it's been a massive addition.
He really has. And it's a player that used to be on this FaZe squad.
Yeah, he did.
Took a back seat and was re-added to the team as FaZe. Sometimes you only know how valuable someone is when they leave.
Sure. Is that like a life lesson you're trying to give out to the people? Learn from your mistakes. FaZe timeout, though. Might as well take it, I guess.
And you can see up at the top there as well that both teams have used one of their timeouts of the 2 that they have available. 100 Thieves really need this round. In some sense, this will be a great time for the 100 Thieves coaches to have some input on what's required in this final moment. They're going to be able to cobble a buy together. Spectre for Bang, Light Armor for Stella. They have a Viper's Pit, one away from their Fade ultimate as well. So potential to play for some of these orbs, but Asuna's going to go for mid control instead. His Haunt, his Prowlers are so important. And every round the 100 Thieves have had success, it's been off the back of mid. That's why FaZe are fighting them so heavily for it.
They're doing it once more. Dicey, operator posted up. Those teammates as well, just to remove and spam those angles, get rid of all that utility. With a horn sent through, he just disrespects it. Swings out, finds Will. Once more, that first kill going away of FaZe.
It's every time. It's Will and Atna trying to contest, and it's Dicey winning. He's just a beast on Chamber. With the operator in hand especially.
Right there.
And one of the big problems, I think, with the 100 Thieves default is when they get aggression in mid, Stellar's not there to reactively take some A ramp control. He was in spawn. Now he's gone over to control B main. And 100 Thieves end up in these rounds battering their heads into a brick wall trying to take mid.
Yep. Just feels suffocating. Baby posted up on such a tight angle. None of the utility even connected onto him. In fact, a bit of ADS as well. Watching that one angle, glides to the side. Derek, though, he finds two. Could have found a lifeline for 100 Thieves. Making it into a winnable situation. It's not healthy, though.
Spike plant.
And Bang's thinking about going for a CT push. Opts not to. He's in his astral form for just a second. The timing, the angle.
Oh my word, he's been watched, trying to spam it, running around the corner, but he doesn't quite find it. Still Derek, left alone, 3 kills in it, but it's the wide swing from Superman that eventually closes it out. FaZe going to be securing that 9th round in that first half. What a statement that they've made as well on a map that, honestly, not a lot of information on. No one really knew what they were going to be pulling out on this one, but it's clear that they've come prepared, ready, and waiting. We're going to go to a short break at the half, and of course, on the other side of things, the conclusion of this first map. Don't go anywhere. Into this series. It starts now in the pistol round. The second best team in North America when it comes to their pistol round win rates. It will be a great start for them to try and mount that comeback.
It's absolutely necessary. They also would love to start getting more of these first kills online. And take a look at what their setup is at the moment. Seems like they're going to go for a bit of mid-contest. They've got the Prowlers, they've got Raze utility. A lot of their composition can fight for mid-control. That's even before you consider putting a Viper Wall there and an Astra Star and all of this kind of stuff. So FaZe really should be denied mid-control in a lot of these rounds. As Will pops down his boombot and repositions, they knife it, so they know he's not in ropes anymore.
And so heavy for it. In fact, just going off of instinct, there was nothing to really find the timing there, but it was a Seasonade combo. Doesn't catch on to any players.
And they give up mid off the back of that, expecting a reactive push through one of the extremities. But that's not what FaZe have gone for. They're still putting a heavy emphasis towards mid control.
Dicey's rattling off the head under shots, but a quick jiggle once more. 100 Thieves do get that first kill.
And that is massive. Simply not the way that the first half has been going. Well, and Asuna have been 1-9 in first kills to first deaths. Getting the punish on Dicey is massive, instrumental to fixing this problem.
So the FaZe players now just barreling into the sides, but again, playing it with the raw bodies that they can just chuck at it. Baby just swinging up from behind. Presumably just run up through mid, taking a pretty good timing there.
Flyers open.
Fast retake, yeah, they're just trying to basically take this one. Wasn't planted safe. Now Baby is left alone, 47 health. Stellar and Bang are perfectly healthy. As long as they play their cards right, it should be more than favored in this one.
The Frenzy does some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Little tap on the spike as Baby Bay.
He's been spamming so much of it. 10 bullets left, and Bang just holds it.
A great pistol round for 100 Thieves. Exactly what they needed to be able to get themselves on top. They have an interesting trap play that goes off in mid. Go back to see whether there's anybody pushing B main and return to middle to get, finally, that punish onto Dicey. This FaZe composition, 100 Thieves will understand how it works. There are a couple of teams that play it around the world. FaZe are adding their own spin onto it with that crazy aggression that you get out of Baby Bay and Dicey both. Yeah. Two big star players.
It's in right at the top as well. It's definitely the style of this team. Baby Bay and Dicey taking the weight, responsibility, I think, as well, of getting those first kills. High ADR.
This looks like an incredibly pacey B main take. It's only Stellar on the other side to try and receive it. No Astra Stars available.
Main control being taken. Okay, a bit risky there from Stellar, but he does find the one.
Bit of a peek. Timed with the orb tap. Baby Bay couldn't assist Dicey. That's the second first death in a row. It's one of the things with the FaZe kind of duo of Baby Bay and Dicey. They are going to take first duels a lot, and they win them the vast majority of the time. About 60% between the two of them. But they are going to offer you opportunities to punish them if you're able to, if you're good enough. Of course, when they get a rifle in their hand or an op, it's sometimes a bit of a different beast. Now they're going to rotate back into Bang over here, playing with this double star setup as he did on the pistol.
Yeah, Bang looking up towards heaven, anticipating that somebody could have lurked past and a timing could have been taken. Looking all the way behind him there as well. Here comes the pull though. The players from FaZe making it fully known that they're attempting a little push through here with the flash connecting, but Asuna going to be helping him out as well. Nice swing there from the rafters. That's going to be the prime game in Flawless, so yeah, Antico going as planned. See if they can convert this bonus now.
A bonus round win rate, or a bonus round win rather, would be fantastic for 100 Thieves, obviously. It would help them get the momentum, get them straight back into the half. They'd be within touching distance of a comeback already. The question is, where are they going to try and catch FaZe? If you're trying to run a trap play somewhere on the map, you really need information about which area FaZe are going for. Their comp is going to pretty heavily be dictated by where Dicey is, where Baby Bay is going. Dicey also has some ability to operate on his own. FaZe pretty heavy in mid right now, though. They're going to have to battle their way through a Viper wall. With 3 players potentially looking. Could be another Season 8 combo.
Prowler through. That's going to catch onto a player. They know that they're pushed up deep into mid. Do they want to try and supplement it with anything? The nade is used pretty deep. Dead. Not Baby Bay, but he is stunned up. So much being dumped there into the ropes. Asuna just decides to take the peek, presumably thinking that he'd be favored.
I think Baby Bay was still stunned there, and when he managed to get the kill, it was just at the end of when it would have been wearing off. But obviously Asuna expecting to be favored in that situation, even though he's on the ropes. We've seen Asuna get kills on ropes so many times before, but this time the luck just does not favor him.
So another first kill for FaZe. They contact back round now. They don't have control of B main here. They have to be aware that they could be a player push, but I think they're just confident in their idea that they know the space is not being taken. Jiggle peek, that's going to spot the one, and now that should signify something. The damage, you see all that Viper utility coming through. Opportunities for Derek to clean up, but luckily Stella is there. Swings through into the back of the pillar. In fact, right around the side as well. Will is going to be helping to support him. They collapse onto the choke point. So much utility being used as well to just completely split up the FaZe clan push.
And it's great work from 100 Thieves there. Couple of things were perfect. The snakebite coming through, vulnerabling 2 of the players, and allowing Derek to be able to pick up a couple of kills, even though he was fault-lined in that default position.
Yeah.
But the other part about what Stellar did really well is that he finds a timing past the Neon Wall. The Neon Wall is going to be used to block off a sightline for a small period of time, but this comp focuses forwards a lot. It's very forwards-leaning with the Neon leading the way. And so if you can find a timing behind those entry players...
Oh my goodness, the Prowler just latching on! The pull even being used as well. Baby just completely unaware of what's going on. Just not allowed to play the game. No sound cues. Bang as well. Just gifted by God with that one. Quick little spray down with the Vandal. No punish in sight.
And this is where you start to see how effective 100 Thieves comp can be on the defense. Layering Viper utility with the Astra pulls. And FaZe ran into some of these problems recently when they were running their Neon comps. Their attack side tends to be a bit predictable, a bit all in. You wait for some indication of where the breach, where the Neon are, and you're pretty confident the rest of the team's there too.
Yeah, not allowing them to get any space at all. If you think about this 100 Thieves comp, Josh, what you're talking about, I mean, FaZe are pretty all in with a lot of these pushes, these attempts as well. And Prime Gleam and Flawless, so no damage being done to the economy of 100 Thieves. But they have so many tools to try and slow down this. If the going gets rough on these attack rounds for FaZe now, they make it too obvious, they've got to go up against the pool, the C's, stuns coming at them from every single angle, flashes, you mean, Baby couldn't play the game. It wasn't allowed.
Not allowed in the slightest, and that's what the desk was talking about when they were theory crafting what 100 Thieves' new composition on Split was designed to do. It's designed to pummel Baby Bay on their defense side.
You get bogged.
Yeah, you do. Because every piece of utility FaZe use gives a timing for Bang to suck, for Derek to counter stun or flash, for Will to use a nade, for Asuna to use a seize. Every piece of utility that FaZe uses is going to be countered by something on the 100 Thieves side. And most of the time, that's going to be going straight towards Baby Bay. So for FaZe, they still have a lead here, albeit a slim one. They're going to have rifles back in their hands for this round. I think I would like to see one of the other issues with their composition compared to 100 Thieves as well is they can't really deny information towards A ramp as easily.
No.
Superman could throw a smoke there for Dicey to lurk, but they're not really going to have a heavy lurk presence on one side of the map.
No Viper, no Cypher. It's not like you can cage or smoke across.
Exactly. So I think this composition is going to come down to a bit of utility, trying to get 100 Thieves to peak, and punishing them for gaining information in the mid-round. And that's not a comfortable place for FaZe to be in, where they have to play slowly with a fast-paced comp.
Viper going to be cutting up to mid here. Stella just, I think, just spamming, honestly, the common angle there. Yeah, he catch that kill into market. With the Phantom in hand, it's not really a punish. They can't even see the traces. He's right on the money with that one. A quick little bullet or two as well. He's brought Poise down to a sliver of health, but Dicey's worked his way in. A nice little angle. Can he find that kill? He does just about. Oh my word. He's really pushed what he could get away with there, but he does find a second.
And that's a huge two-piece from Dicey. Because otherwise the round was looking great for 100 Thieves. The Viper, the smokes, everything was working for them, getting the spam kills. And Will just doesn't expect the second player to be facing him. The question now is, what do FaZe do with the info being cut, with the noise cancelled? Can they work their way in and punish Derek? Superman and Poised, old Rise veterans playing against Derek here over towards the A side, but they're backing off. They didn't like the look of it. There's only 30 seconds left though. By the time they exit sewers, they need to make a decision quickly.
There's no time, is there?
30 seconds
really getting dragged down. Dregs of this round, and this is where mistakes start to get made. It's where you don't clear a slight corner.
Well, Asuna's just used his horns to clear out A main, and they know they're not going in that direction. The Prowler finds more information as well. They're confident this is a B heaven hit.
Siege drop down, it's caught onto two. The players, they can't even work their way in.
10 seconds
Latched in place. It's going to be up to the Superman. Drops down to the side with a crossfire. More than them. Bang, what a play. Especially from Asuna as well. Got to give credit to him. Instinct with the mid-round utility. Not even mid-round, just literally right towards the end. Gave him every little bit of information that he needed to work off.
And I pose that question, what are FaZe going to do when the round goes silent? When they have the ability to maneuver wherever they like on the map, but the time is ticking. And I think they overthought it a bit there.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity to get into A when there was only Derek on the anchor. And they backed off, left themselves in a fairly unwinnable position. FaZe are going to go for a light buy.
Yeah.
They can still be dangerous in this situation with Dicey's tour de force. But the Tour de Force benefits from having control, from having map control, and getting other people to peek into you. Look at how horrible mid is right now for the attackers. They have to make their way through a Viper wall. There are stars down on the floor that could turn into a suck or a smoke, anything.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be players facing you.
Just being alternated. The answer from FaZe Clan, though, is a bit of aggression and pace once more. Injecting it into the round. Baby does grab that ropes control. Stellar, though, okay, tries to swing through the stun, dropping through. How are you getting away with that?
Not even a point of damage done to him. And here comes Dicey up through B Heaven. Will was going for a bit of a reaction, hoping that everybody from FaZe was focused on ropes. And now, bang, holding off the Horde. Simply can't manage it.
Yeah, they come stumping across Heaven, drop down into the site. Derek left now. The 1v5, he's got enough money saved up in the bank that he could do some crazy stuff.
FaZe are not taking a timeout here.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
They're in a 5v1, and this is the first eco round that either of the teams have even come close to winning. Dicey looks like he's going to be able to steal this one out. Not against Derek, though. What a nasty pre-fire.
Little pre-fire shot there. This crossfire is just so difficult to deal with. He catches one, two players, though. Aimed up. I started to believe for a second. I was about to start dropping tier 3 subs. Like, what was that?
We've already seen too many 1v5s this week, or last week, I should say. Surely they can't happen again. But that is the first eco round, Bren, that either of these teams have been able to win, and it pushes FaZe ahead. It saves them in a situation where they should be down at 10, 10-9, really.
Very narrow margin.
Yeah.
It could be the thing that gives them the edge. Thing that can carry them forwards. But now we're down to the rifles once more. One on the board for them. Different approach with the defensive setup. You can see Sellers just split his wall all the way down to A.
And this is a really slow round from FaZe. They are miles away right now. And Asana's getting good information off the back of the boombot, the Prowler. They know there's nobody in mid.
This decision, the Stella, he's dropped down this Viper wall. Maybe just knowing that they can't really hold on to mid control too well with Baby just dashing straight into ropes. He's done it a couple of times.
It's firmly a retake wall.
They're playing retake with it.
I mean, if you look at the ultimates that FaZe have online, the Null Command, the Rolling Thunder, it does make sense to try and play this round as a retake. Any of that spam doing damage?
That's so much damage. Cut up straight into them. They're going to start to regen a bit of it as they were passing through that Viper's wall once more. Trades there.
How is Dicey able to win both of those fights? Sacrificing Baby Bay to the cause.
No time being wasted though. Cosmic Divide and the Rolling Thunder. Superman dodging off to the side, just drifting. But again, that counter stun is there, available, ready and waiting. Superman still takes it. It's coming down to the wire. 2 players left standing. The spike in a difficult spot. The Viper's Pit even being committed. And they hear this being used, but still the wall is held. Bang, just off at that slide angle. Flyers worked his way in, but it's enough in the end. They just about squeeze out the round, despite the fact that Dicey opened up with some heroics.
And that round was so important for both teams. They chose to invest every ultimate they had at their disposal. Null Command starts off, countered Rolling Thunders.
So expensive for both times.
The Viper's Pit at the end is just to stop the sightline from Heaven. Yeah. Because both of those FaZe players in the post plant are playing from Heaven where they can see the spike, they can spam it. There's a Cosmic Divide in their face, and then the Viper's Pit. It makes it so difficult to be able to get through.
So heads up by Bang as well, just holding that one side of the wall, the Cosmic Divide.
And look at the difference in terms of how the kills are distributed on these two teams. Will said it in the interview before the game. We don't just have 2-star players that do everything. Dicey and Baby Bay have 41 frags between them right now. And things are much more evenly distributed on 100 Thieves. But it's not like one team has a better understanding of the game. They just have different styles.
Different approaches to how they want to take it. Stun. Sees the nade. Everything being dropped into this. Do they know, though, that Baby Bay is hugging this corner? That was a lot of utility dumped in by 100 Thieves to try and push them away from mid. Not much to gain.
Once more, Stellar is playing this retake wall over towards A. And the players are doubling up towards Heaven. It's Will, Asana playing at B Heaven. Double drop down, clears ropes. Though that is a dangerous place for 100 Thieves to be trying to hold on to against a Neon. What do Will and Asana have left after this haunt? Pretty much nothing. They just need to be holding this, guns out. Will's not in a position really where he can use the showstopper, can he? Oh, he's going to.
Okay, they're pulling the stun. That's the rendezvous.
Yep.
It just
He's out of there.
away.
He's out of there.
I mean, just fully safe. Stunning himself, though. Counter utility once more flooded out, but 100 Thieves, they don't have much more to work with for more than their weapons. It might not even matter, Derek. He's just ripping them to shreds. Not allowed to take space. Not allowed to gain control of the A site. Swinging straight through. They really were scraping at the bottom of the barrel in terms of what they could use to try and push away that FaZe aggression, but they come up with the goods anyway.
10 seconds left.
What a comeback this has been. 9-3 in the lead FaZe at the half, and they've won a single round, and it was an eco. FaZe are now going to have to replicate that level of success as their economy looks to be a little bit in tatters. What a response from 100 Thieves there. In that round particularly, they had their Fade arrays holding up in B heaven. It feels like a B hit. They pop the showstopper to deal with it. It gets no value.
Yeah.
And yet their players are so quick on the rotate. They're still able to get into position to deal with the A hit once it comes through. Stella's kind of playing a retake wall here, but he uses it to anchor the site. It's still difficult for these players to get into him. And it just poses a full distraction for Derek to flash and peek back through.
A presence of mind from Derek to reset his aim there as well. Picks up the 3 for them.
So this is an eco round for FaZe, but they have 2 rifles, so it's a bit more dangerous than you might expect. Sees, nade, not catching on to anybody at market.
It's a deeper Viper wall being placed by 100 Thieves. Straight across, cutting it into mid. Just trying to rotate, I think, as well, the smokes and the Viper wall whenever they can alternate. Make sure that FaZe can't get that foothold in mid.
And again, FaZe not really pressuring A ramp at any point on their attack side. This composition doesn't work that well for it. But it seems like it would be a decent adjustment to how heavily 100 Thieves are fighting for mid control.
It looks like they are gearing up, though. Potentially that fast B split.
Bang is in such an awkward position here, potentially. Needs to turn a breach flash. There's no way he's going to get stunned.
Yeah, that stun comes up, though. Flyer's just waiting for the proper timing.
Oh, he's in the perfect spot.
The pull's been ran straight past the Haunt as well. As soon as the Neon Wall goes up, 100 Thieves, they had the perfect plan. Still need to deal with these players, though. Now the approach comes through, swinging right round the side.
Flyer?
Oh my goodness, only a classic to work with, but he makes it do.
How on earth did he manage to get those 2 kills? And he's put it down into a 2v2. FaZe are only winning on the eco rounds.
They got weapons as well.
That might be
Divider
enough.
split it across. How do they win this one?
Derek's got flashes that can still be decent at pushing past this. But the Cosmic Divide is fairly nicely placed. A flash through the default box here will still find good value, though.
Yeah, there's a flash.
One enemy remaining.
Finds it in the end. The spray from Fly he almost came up with something massive. But Stella locks it down for round 11 now for them. FaZe struggling to get much work done. It seems like these eco rounds, these half buys, whatever you want to call them, it's the only times that they've really come anything close to these round wins.
Yeah. FaZe in their most recent game, when they played against EG, they dominated their defensive side. But they did look a little bit awkward on attack. And that's such a strange thing to say. When they're playing with a Neon, it feels like a very all-in, attack-focused comp. But it's a bit readable. And the defending teams are finding it pretty manageable to work around this. The last time I called out Dicey and Babybay for having 41 kills, they haven't actually moved up the scoreboard any further than that. FaZe are going to need these big, heavy hitters that they have on their squad to start collecting these kills if they want to fend off this insane comeback that 100 Thieves have been on.
That's that mantle of responsibility that those 2 players have got on their team. So much on the line for them. Everything. Babybay and Dicey to get those opening picks. That's what they're really leaning and relying on. Once again, 100 Thieves ended up dumping a decent chunk of what they had in their back pocket when it comes to the utility, just to try and clear through mid and push away any potential FaZe aggression.
But everybody on FaZe is in mid. It's only now at a minute on the mark where Flyer decides to try and contact back into B main. But there's once more no ramp control whatsoever. It's all about FaZe trying to fight for mid. And it makes it so obvious where they are on the map. 100 Thieves know right now that they're in ropes. They know that they have mid control. And they know that they could be B main.
Holding down the angles in B heaven. Such an important round for FaZe here. The money is not good. They need to win this one. They cannot get put It's a map point. Not in this scenario. With the neon wall up, though, that gives the timing. Derek sends that stun just flying the fault line. Stops them in their tracks. They just can't scale effectively into the site. Noise cues abound. 13 seconds left. There's the rolling thunder. There's the pull. It's all being used together, but can they deal with it? Stella is still there. Swinging down the sides. Is there any time left for them? 4 seconds.
Do they have it?
Down. I don't even know if they've got it.
Spike planted.
They just manage it with a fraction of a second on the clock. And bang, he wants to put a punish on them. This is another 2v2.
Has thrown away. The Aftershock almost bringing him down. He's down to 10 health. The Prowler clears a close corner. Asuna, he's got the C's. The back pillar, that's going to clear just a one angle, but it does latch onto him. Ever so slightly. Still Dicey holding up to the top. He gets it in the end. The slide off. Oh my goodness. Bang finds it. 3 kills. Not much to work with at all. But he delivers the goods once more.
He's just been rock solid for 100 Thieves in stage 2 in this match as well. 100 Thieves get themselves to map point, having clawed their way back from a 9-3 deficit. What on earth is this round? That kill onto Baby Babe makes all the difference, gets headshot in response. And then the timing here. Flyer almost finds him in astral form and bang, is in and out so speedily.
Well. 1 bullet there. 1 bullet.
That's all it would have taken.
Collects the round, and now it's FaZe staring down the barrel of defeat.
So FaZe nearly got that round, though, because they used the neon wall as a bait to draw out a wave of utility from 100 Thieves. They are adapting. It's just a little too late from FaZe.
The money situation's so dire, though, Josh, they don't even have the fast lane to work with. They've had to go for the half armor, had to skimp when it comes to the utility they could use to take it.
And everyone is in mid again from FaZe. They are giving the extremities to 100 Thieves. They don't have to ever be worried about somebody lurking in through A ramp, going up to A heaven, somebody trying to play aggressive in B. All of these fights have been in mid, B heaven, and Will's holding it again.
Dicey just contacting through. That's the rolling thunder. Pushes them away. Pull on top of it, Dicey. Escapes with his life, but he's brought down double digits.
He barely escapes with his life. So this is where FaZe are going to run into troubles, though. They're trying to go for an A split here. They don't have A control. They have no idea where Asuna is positioned.
Stun pushes them back. 100 Thieves fully in the know when it comes to exactly the positioning now, and time is running low.
They're trying to make it look like a fake. They're trying to make it look like they're faking A ramp and A heaven and going back to B. But this is going to be an A split.
30 seconds.
Can Asuna hold on? Can Bang hold on?
Stun connects, pulls Houston in response once more. Time, Josh, it's running so low now, and the players swarming up the ropes. The crossfire, it's there. Once more, dash round the side. Bang collects 3. Derek, he's already found the timing, he's found the space. And now, that will do it. 1 fell sweep. That's going to be 100 Thieves completing that comeback. Unreal scenes in map number 1 for them.